What if we made Shigaraki a hero instead of a villain? Now, I want to specify this is just normal Shigaraki, no all for one powers, no nothing, just his normal ass quirk. No awakening either, where it's like him artificially enhanced. And I'll always stand by this, and I've had this opinion for years. Shigaraki would be insane as a hero, especially for stuff like rescue missions. His quirk could be phenomenal. Think about in the real world all the situations where people are buried in rubble after some kind of accident. And half the time, it takes them hours to dig through all the rubble just to possibly save people that are buried underneath it. And sadly, a lot of the time, people have succumbed to their injuries long before they were ever rescued. So someone like Shigaraki, especially if they were able to train his quirk with UA and all this stuff, understanding how dangerous it is, would be able to selectively target the rubble to decay. Being able to quite literally brush away dust instead of moving massive tons and tons of concrete, rebar, glass, all that. Also, one thing that I've seen a lot of fan artists do, that I forever have also stood by this, that this would be perfect equipment for him. So, you remember how early on in the series, Shigaraki's quirk had to be activated with all 5 fingers touching his opponent to activate his quirk. Let's say in this situation, his quirk isn't able to shut off for whatever reason. He could have this as some equipment. These artist gloves that cover a couple of the fingers. That way he could still articulate and do stuff with his hands without having to risk accidentally decaying someone or something that he didn't mean to. Plus, with some extreme proper training to regulate his quirk, regulate the output, and possibly train to shut it off, if it even can be shut off. If he's in a fight against an opponent, instead of just decaying them entirely, he could grab them and decay, like, boosting equipment that they have. Basically decay any assistance that they have for their gear. An example I could give, think of the naval laser belt that Aoyama has. In this hypothetical where he had to fight Aoyama, he could specifically target the belt and decay that, instead of just turning his entire self to dust. Meaning, not only is he going to be insanely good at rescue missions, but he would be also very good at disarming people permanently, because it's kind of hard to undisarm yourself when whatever gear or equipment you had is now basically dust in the wind.